This is my Specialized Roubaix, and I have actually been riding this bike for about a year.
I think it's been longer because this bike you got like...
Sometime last year. I don't know. In hindsight, realized we messed up because we never filmed the build up for this. We just built it without a camera. Then I've been riding it for over a year. We decided it's finally time to talk about the Roubaix.
And specifically, this is the SL8 Roubaix.
If you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel to see more of us. And if you want to buy anything that you see in this video, head to thebicyclestation.com and you too can get some rainbow Silca cages or whatever else you want.
Yeah.
Buy stuff. Prior to owning the Roubaix, I was on a lot of pretty much only race-focused bikes. I had a Madone, a Tarmac, a Soloist, another Madone, but that didn't work out.
The new Madone did not fit you at all.
The smallest size, I literally couldn't reach the pedals with the seat all the way down.
Oh, you got a small, they have an extra small.
You're right.
Yeah, but like the geometry chart told you to buy the small, so.
Yeah, that lied. That bike sucked. After that bike didn't work, I just decided I need to get back into riding. At the time, I've had an insane amount of health issues. I had a kid. Things just did not go well for me with cycling. So I was getting back into it and I decided, you know what? What if I just get an endurance road bike?
Specifically one that has a lot of like suspension stuff on it.
Yeah, like I just decided at the time I was not racing. I just wanted to get back into riding again. I wanted to enjoy myself on a bike. I got the Roubaix. I thought that, first of all, I liked how it looked. I still love the aesthetics and the paint color and all that. And I wanted to be more comfortable on a bike. We got this, I built it up. And then my first impressions, it actually wasn't feeling super slow. I felt like I could still keep up on any group ride I was going on. I didn't feel like it was a super slow bike at any point. And at the beginning, I really loved the Future Shock. This has the Future Shock 3.0.
And that's specifically the 3.3 version of it because It's got the hydraulic dial.
So you have the dial, which this gives you 20 millimeters of travel as you're riding. So at the beginning, like first time period of me riding this, I was cranking this thing all day, every day, just for fun, just because I could, and just to see if I could really feel a difference in it. I can confirm you can feel it. It does work. Even when I had it on its like lowest setting, like as totally open, I never felt like I was like riding and like bouncing along. It was very subtle, but when I got to rougher sections of road, you could really feel it work. I mean, you could see it work too. Well, you have the front Future Shock moving. You have, up to 20 millimeters of travel here. If you want it more locked out, you can just turn the dial. Super easy to use. With the design of the seat post and the clamp down here under this flap, you actually do have, with whatever the design here is, a little bit of flex in the back as well.
The seat post actually like moves a lot in here.
Yeah, personally, I don't have a lot of back problems. I wasn't super sensitive to that.
The clamp pushes against the seat post lower in the frame. So it's giving the seat post more leverage to be able to rock back and forth. That's why the clamp is so deep in this frame right here. That's why it's designed like it is.
It was never like a standout, very noticeable movement for me. I noticed the movement more up front than the rear, but I know like Jesse, someone with like more back problems, I know he like on the Diverge STR with a similar setup, he noticed that a lot and it caused some problems. But for me on the road, did not have any issues with that, didn't mind it. Tire clearance, this bike can fit up to 40s. We put 40 millimeter Pathfinders on it. I took this thing on a gravel ride pretty early on into owning it. Can this replace your gravel bike? That was a question I got actually last week. Someone reached out to me and asked, and I was like, no.
Not really, no, yeah.
This bike, if you are doing, a good example would be the Katy Trail in Missouri. Really like fine crushed gravel. The Roubaix would like, that'd be fabulous. Absolutely like wonderful. But if locally here we have chunkier gravel, this is not the bike for that. This can handle some light gravel, but the Roubaix, it's an endurance road bike. It cannot replace your gravel bike. If you're looking for one bike to truly do it all, get in a Sparrow. But yeah, so graveling, I only did it once, if that tells you anything. Overall, it was a fun time, but I was not moving fast and the gravel was too chunky for this bike. It sucked.
It's not a gravel bike, y'all. It's okay that it's not. It doesn't need to be a gravel bike. That's the thing. Like this does not need to be a gravel bike. It can put big tires and you can ride a random gravel road during your road ride, but this is not a dedicated gravel bike, and you shouldn't think of it like one.
Exactly. One thing I do like, you've got like the little bosses
Yeah,
up
you
here.
use those a lot actually.
Yeah, so I would have a top tube bag up here pretty frequently. I'm a big bag person.
My Frey has the same thing too. I feel like that's probably the thing you're gonna miss the most about your Melee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just losing the ability to bolt on a bag. It does also have the ability to put fenders on it. I never did that, but there's some big fender lovers out there.
Your Melee can put fenders for some reason.
Why?
Isn't that weird? Why is that?
I don't know.
I'm
Yeah, so
sorry,
in case
Andy,
you
I'm
couldn't
sorry.
tell by Jesse's couple mentions there, I have a Melee now. So I am no longer riding the Roubaix because while this bike, it really helped me get back into riding, get my fitness back, enjoy myself riding again. I did want more of a racier, like more race geometry bike again, but I still wanted to be comfortable. So I got a Melee. That video is out with that build. You can check that out. I'm no longer gonna be riding the Roubaix.
The main thing that you told me was that you wanted a lighter bike. And do you want to weigh this really quick for everybody?
Yeah, and then I have another point about kind of what my deciding factor was,
Yeah.
because I was still happy with this bike. I still love this bike. I'm not selling this bike because I don't like it. I'm always terrible about this. Don't make fun of my arms shaking. Okay, I'm actually doing good. I'm strong now, guys.
18.3. It's a pound and some change heavier than your Melee build.
So before I started mentioning anything to Jesse about considering a more race-focused bike, I like slowly started the conversations with him about the weight. And then it finally hit me one day while I was on a ride with him. I couldn't remember the last time I touched the Future Shock. And he actually asked me about that. He was like, he looked over on our ride and was like, do you still use that? And I was like, no, not at all. I could not tell you the last time I touched the main feature of this bike. That plus the weight complaints. I was like, why am I still riding the Roubaix? You know, a year and some change ago was the perfect bike for me, but where I'm at right now, it wasn't the best bike anymore for me. How I'm riding and what I'm doing. Basically, I had almost an extra pound of weight sitting here in the Future Shock that I wasn't even using. That kind of ended up being the deciding factor for me on why I am moving away from the Roubaix. But if you are looking for an endurance road bike, I genuinely love this one. I know Jesse is doing his endurance road bike series. The Roubaix is not part of that, but I do think this is a really good endurance road bike. And if you're looking for a little bit of suspension, I mean, the Roubaix is a really good option.
Biggest problem with this bike is that you either are all in on the suspension being what you want, or you can't buy this bike. You have no option. For me, I know I don't want the Future Shock, and so that's just making this bike, I can't even consider buying this bike because of it.
I do wish that Specialized would make a Roubaix without the Future Shock. An endurance road bike without the Future Shock.
They kind of do with the Crux, but like it's really...
That's the crux.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think there is an issue with Specialized's lineup in that the Future Shock, I don't want to say it's polarizing, but if you don't want it, you can't avoid it. Maybe in the future it'd be nice if they somehow could design it to be functional without it or something.
Yeah, I think if there was like an add-on or something, because honestly, if this bike did not have the Future Shock at this point, I might still be on it. If I could just remove that system, remove that extra weight. And
It's
just
weird, yeah, I don't...
make it normal. Because with where I'm at right now, I don't want to haul around that weight of something I'm not using.
The Future Shock is incredible. It's just that if you aren't using it, then why do you have the bike is kind of the question.
Yeah, and that's where I got to. I put in countless miles on this frame. I have genuinely loved this bike. I do think the Roubaix is a great bike to have. It just, for me, it came down to the weight and the suspension. Really, everything's coming down to the Future Shock, and I just wasn't using it anymore. I've moved on to the Envy Melee, which is more of their Envy's like race bike, but it's still really freaking comfortable.
The way that Envy designed it is just that they like kind of accidentally made a race bike that's also almost a comfort endurance bike in a weird way.
With where I'm at in my life right now, it's checking all the boxes.
Got fender mounts, so whenever you need to put fenders on it, you can. But we sell a lot of Roubaix, so like if you are looking for like that ultimate comfort and you know that you're wanting the Future Shock for the long haul, this is the best option. In terms of suspension, road bikes, there is no question in my mind that this is the best option available. And
I 100% agree. I don't want this to come across as like negative of, oh no, Chase is selling it. Just moving on. I still love this bike, and I am actually kind of sad to be getting rid of it, but it's just not what I need right now.
No, and that's okay.
I think that covers it. This is like a short and sweet ode to the Roubaix.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the longest you've owned a road bike, is this bike.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is. This is like the most miles I've put on a road bike in a very, very long time. Maybe ever, I don't really know.
Probably ever.
The longest I've owned a road bike for any period of time. I think that's saying something.
Yeah.
Stuck around for a while. Anyway, if you want to buy a Roubaix or any other bike, let us know. I'm done.